welcome to our channel Bio by Gulab Sir for Wisdom Coaching Center. As a part of series of lecture, today's topic is codominance. We already learned about incomplete dominance. These two laws, incomplete dominance and codominance, are exception to the Mendel's law of dominance, where only one allele of that allelic pair of gene is dominating. Here it is not so. In codominance, both the allelic pair of genes, say as capital A, this A and B, IA, IB, producing a protein, special protein, glycoprotein on RBCs. They produce both the globulin protein. They produces both the protein, glycoproteins A and B on RBC. Here in case of blood group B, only a glycoprotein B is being produced. Here on RBC, in case of blood group A, only a glycoprotein A is being produced, but in case of this O, none of the glycoprotein is produced. That means these are recessive gene, they do not express, and small I in presence of IA do not express and therefore do not produce any glycoprotein. That O indicate here in this O indicate no glycoprotein, no production of glycoprotein on RBC, and thus these genotypes has shown. So here genotype with IAIB, genotype with IAIB could produce both the type of glycoprotein A and glycoprotein B over RBCs, and therefore when these two IA and IB come together, in the case here also IA and IB come together, they express equally and completely. They express completely and fully to have that glycoprotein over RBC as A and B together as and when they come together. So therefore these two allelic pair of gene IA and IB, they express completely. They express completely. None of the gene is recessive or dominant. None of the gene is recessive. Both the genes are equally and completely expressed and thereby produce both the protein, glycoprotein A and glycoprotein B. Therefore, they are recognized as a blood group A and B. Therefore, the definition can be written. Definition can be written for law of codominance is law of codominance. When allelic pair of gene, when both the allelic pair of gene, when both the allelic pair of gene, say IA, IB, express completely and independently, this phenomenon is known as law of codominance. When they are together, they are dominant and express fully, completely and independently. For example, when a blood group with IA person get married with blood group having IB, a male get married with blood group B, female with pure trait, producing gametes IA, IB. So these are the genotypes of person with blood group A, and these are the genotypes of person that is female. So when this is a male and this is a female, person with blood group B. So when they produce gamete Gamete will be I and IB. These are the gametes. In F1 generation, when they come together after fertilization, a parent, one who has blood group A and B, can produce a fetus, can we produce a offspring with blood group AB with genotype IA, IB, because IA from father and IB from mother. So here the blood group of a offspring of a child or offspring would be, offspring is AB. Why? Because both the allelic pair of gene, that capital IA and IB, contribute equally. They do express completely and independently, and therefore blood group AB is appear. So this is an exception to the law of dominance, that either of any one of the gene has to be expressed in presence of other gene. Any one allele has to express in presence of other allele, is in Mendel law. But here both the allele they express and produce that glycoprotein over RBC. Both the IA and IB produces glycoprotein over RBC, and this is therefore this is a best example of codominance. Now here very important to understand that this codominance is not only an example of blood group, is not only an example of codominance, but it is also an example of multiple allele. Say as blood group is represented by gene I, and there are blood group A, B, AB and O. Trait is blood group. So trait is blood group, that is single trait, is being controlled by many alleles. So say gene I, but alleles are, for blood group A, the alleles are IA, IO. That means for blood group A, there are two types of alleles, IA, IA or IA small I. For blood group B, IB, IB or IB small I. And blood group AB, that allelic pair of IA, IB and blood group O, small I, small I. Here you can see this small I, that means a recessive gene. How many types of allelic pair of genes are there for study? That this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Out of 6 allelic pair of genes, only one allelic pair of gene can be present in an individual, because every individual has one pair of homologous chromosome. This phenomenon is known as law of multiple allele or multiple phenomenon. So this can be explained as a multiple allele phenomenon. So once again, to understand here, blood group ABO is not only an example of codominance, but it also example of multiple allele phenomenon. Multiple allele, law of multiple allele or multiple phenomenon. So here, as a point of NEET, this can be studied. For example, blood group AB, blood group ABO, it can be example of, can be an example of one, law of dominance, because in presence of A or B, small I cannot be expressed. Therefore, can be example of law of dominance. Second, as we have studied codominance, so it can be example of law of codominance. And third, multiple allele phenomenon. So blood group ABO as an example of blood group ABO can be an example of law of dominance, law of codominance and multiple phenomenon. So this you have to remember for NEET. So as a concept you did understand, but you please remember this question can be asked that blood group ABO is an example of A, codominance, B, incomplete law of dominance, and C, multiple allele phenomenon. And D will be all of these. So please remember, all of these can be the answer and has to be an answer for blood group ABO. I hope you did understand of codominance, multiple allele phenomenon, as many allelic pair of gene control a trait blood group, and therefore it also can be an example of multiple allele phenomenon. So we learn about blood group ABO as an example of law of dominance, law of codominance, and multiple allele phenomenon. I hope you did understand. Even if you are in doubt, you can ask in comment section, as well as I appeal you to like and subscribe our channel and press bell icon to receive new videos as and when they are uploaded. Thank you.